Okay. There you go. That's what you'll be able to get. So, okay, here we go. I'm Dave Johnston. I'm with Employer Support the Guard and Reserve. We've been around for 50 years now, celebrating 50 years. And we go out and present awards like this to employees. And we work with the Guard and the employer. So we work both ways. If the employer has an issue, now sometimes the Guard member walks in and says, by the way, I have to leave next week for a year. Well, we try to definitely discourage that, they get their orders, they know that they're going to be deployed. So we try to work that way and encourage the guardsmen to provide you with their schedule for the year, so you know what weekend they're going to have drill. And I will tell you that National Guard, he's in the National Guard, they have more than 1 week in a month sometimes. It's interesting, but they're hard workers, do a good job. And we just, the other thing we come out here to do is say thank you to you, ADM, for the employers supporting the Guard. And without you, the Guard would have a hard time. We're here today to present Patriot Award to Kevin Householder. He's the Office of the Secretary of Defense, Employer of the Support of the Guard and Reserve, recognizes Kevin Householder, ADM Enderlin, as a Patriot employer. And we thank you so much. We're going to, we'll get a picture later on, but I want to shake your hand. You can take a picture, Jeanette. So, and we just appreciate the support that you give to your Guards person, and we just can't say enough. Thank you, appreciate it. And you too, for your employer. Without you, we're lost. So, but thank you for the opportunity to be down here on a nice windy day. It's not bad out here. I got out of my car, didn't get my door caught or my foot caught in the wind. But anyway, Jeanette, I want to. We got so many people on here. General Spry, is he? Yeah, these pictures are little, so I gotta. Sorry. Clean up. Yeah, General Spry, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I'll start out. I know I'm sure that others, Delton and Jeanette and Paul have a few words to say, but as a former adjutant general, it was very easy for me to see the importance that the employer of our Guard members, our reserve component members was. Without the employer's support, our soldiers and airmen and sailors and wouldn't be as successful as they are. And from my perspective, I thank you for everything you do, for what ADM does to support their employees that are members of our reserve component. And as I said, without your support, the soldiers wouldn't be as successful as they are. And it's vitally important that that we reach out and thank you for what you do.
Thank you very much, and great to have you on with us today.
You bet.
And then there's Delton in the car.
Yeah, yeah. I've got to be a little more mobile these days, I guess. Yeah, I just got back from DC late yesterday for being out there 3 days representing ESGR, but we were on a chamber excursion out there with some communities. We do a fly-in every year and talk military issues with our congressional delegation on both sides of the river, both Minnesota and North Dakota. I actually reside in Minnesota now, even though I grew up in North Dakota, worked in North Dakota my whole life, but ESGR has allowed me to stay connected to North Dakota, which I still very much am. And North Dakota will always be home to me. But besides that, I too want to pass along my sincere thanks to ADM, both of you, and the example that you set for all employers to really support your Guard and Reserve employees. And I know you got a young man deployed right now, And we know the impact that has too. I used to work for U.S. Bank for 40 years. The last 7 as regional president for U.S. Bank for Eastern North Dakota, based out of Fargo. And between our Fargo Service Center and the bank, we had employees that would get deployed. And so we know the impact from an employer standpoint firsthand. But I know both of you know this already, but this is always kind of the thing that I like to bring up. Because of the support that you provide to your service members that are in the Guard and Reserve, you play such a large part in our nation's defense. Dave was right. Right now, I think the statistic is 30% of our entire folks that are in the military right now are in the Guard or Reserves. The rest are active duty. And Dave's right. Yeah, less than 1% of all individuals in the current population have served in the military. And so by your support of your service member, it's really a big deal. And it does make a difference to our nation's national security. And that's the one thing I always like to leave is that I know you get it. You guys are doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. You probably don't even expect an award, but it's really special when a service member recognizes it and feels compelled enough to write up a Patriot Award for their employer and their supervisor. So I just want to say congratulations on that. Keep up the great work and the great support. As a former state chair or the immediate past state chair, I personally want to thank you for what you do. And it's a big darn deal, and it does make a difference. So thanks for what you guys do and the example that you set for everyone. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, and maybe over to Paul. Do you want me to do that, Dave?
Yes, please.
I can do that. Thank you. Thank you. The Patriot Award, if I could just reiterate some of the things that we've already talked about through General Spy and Delton. The Patriot Award reflects the efforts made to support the citizen warrior through a wide range of measures, including, and I'll mention, maybe this was not mentioned yet, flexible schedules, time off prior to and after deployment, caring for families, and granting leaves of absence if needed. And these are all come down to sacrifices from everyone at the point of employment. And we do recognize that with ADM. If I may add, ADM is a very impressive company. I didn't know anything about them. When I'd see all these sunflower seeds as I'm driving by, I'm thinking, well, there's a lot of baseball players out there that have got to eat sunflower seeds in order to take care of all this crop. Well, now I know that ADM processes an oil that is beneficial to help heart disease. Did not know that. Is also beneficial for many other products, such as cereal-based or grain-based. I was amazed, and I had no idea prior to this ceremony. I do, though, want to take the time to thank Donald Worrell, Specialist Donald Worrell, for nominating you, sir, Kevin. Wonderful. And continue on with the wonderful job you're doing. And I am very pleased and honored that I was allowed to be part of this ceremony. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. At this time, I'm going to have Kevin sign the statement of support. It just says that everybody gets excited. Well, what am I getting into? What does it cost me? Does it cost you anything? It just says that we recognize the Guard and Reserve as essential to the strength of our nation, the well-being of our communities. So this would, if you would sign that, I can take a picture of you. Okay. Okay. I want you, it's interesting, I was here earlier. So Mike, behind us is all kinds of little bottles of different seeds. So Mike, why don't you tell what all you crush here?
Sure. So at this particular site, ADM has the ability to crush soybeans, canola, and sunflowers. So let's see if we've got any real good samples of each here. Soybeans we kind of have shown in the bottom of this cup. Kind of have to update these, I think.
We do.
We've got a couple different types of sunflowers that we will crush. Some of them that are higher oleic versus non-oleic type of chemistry behind them, different genealogies of them. And we have canola, which this is more of a foreign canola. There it is.
That's it, right? On there, right?
There's a lot of canola that we crush right now. We crush a lot more canola than sun, but we are the only EDM plant in the United States that crushes sunflowers. It's an honor that we have that puts a lot of extra pressure on us. So we end up turning that into, I guess, our finished product is vegetable oil. So sunflower oil, canola oil. Of course, that always comes with some byproducts. So we have sunflower meal, which usually we don't do a lot of. Sunflower meal and sunflower hulls. We don't usually sell the hulls. We'll actually burn that, so we're able to recover some of our energy from the hulls that we burn. We make a canola meal and pellets for those. Soybean meal as well. Yeah, a few different just co-products that go to animal feed and the like. Yeah,
A lot of things we don't know. It's happening right here in the state of North Dakota, and peas too, right?
yeah. In the same complex, we have a nutrition plant. So we take yellow peas and we'll make that into a food grade type of additive. So if you go and you buy we'll call it a nutritional milkshake that might have a pea protein isolate in it, or you buy an energy bar that might have a pea protein isolate in it. Even an infant formula might have a pea protein isolate in it. We make that up at our nutrition plant here. We also make various ingredients of dried beans. So black beans, pinto beans, red beans, navies, garbanzos, yellow peas, everything from a whole pea down to a powder. We'll sell those into various snack and soup markets. And if you ever had a black bean tortilla chip, odds are those ingredients came from that plant.
My wife loves them. So, well, thank you,
That's
Mike.
Thing. I grew up on a farm up by Pingree, North Dakota, and so when I was growing up and all through college before I ended up, my dad kicking me off the farm, so I wasn't a burden to him, and I had to get my own job in the banking business. But wheat and sunflowers, they were kind of the staple that we did at the time, and I can't remember. And we raised oil sunflowers. We didn't do confectionaries, but that was a big deal way back then. I think the acreage when I go out in the country now, I mean, it's changed a lot more to soybeans in North Dakota. And but yeah, I always try to find sunflower canola oil. For some reason, where we're at, it's a little easier to find canola oil than sunflower oil. And but yeah, we like using that. So I would imagine some of what we're consuming at our house probably comes from Enderlin, or has some point that it came through your plant. At least I hope it does anyway.
Right?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I'll tell you, on the way down here, there's a lot of sunflower fields still sitting out there. I imagine
Probably most of them
might be oil. So,
Yeah.
so the farmers, they're still out in the combine. One guy's out digging. So we still have fall up here. So, different.
Yeah, a good extended season. Yeah, which they need, because I still see some corn going yet too. I think most of the soybeans are off though, aren't they now?
I believe most of the soy is gone by now.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
It isn't. So comes, they're gone.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, we're not going to keep you any longer. Thank you all for being here. And thank you, Kevin and Mike. Very interesting being down here, and I appreciate it. And,
Dave, we never heard from Kevin. Can we hear?
oh, that's right.
We
Yes.
definitely, I want to thank Donald for nominating me. I don't feel like I went above and beyond what would be expected of any employer, but we greatly appreciate what he does for the country, and then all the servicemen with him out there serving our country. It's a great honor to have them protect us and serve us and help us. And we look forward to getting him back when he's released from his duties.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's always a good thing to have here. Welcome back. Welcome back. You gotta have a job when you come back, so. That's, I always said, one guy told me, when I go in and tell my employer I'm gonna be gone for a year, well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Your job will be here. We'll wait for you to come back. Or find somebody to fill in for you, but that always happens too, so. So thank you very much. I appreciate what you do, and Michael, I'll close for now. Thank you,
All
Jeanette.
right. Well, thanks, you guys. Yep, thanks, Jeanette.
Nice
Good seeing
Thanksgiving,
everyone.
everyone.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.